Hello everybody! You may remember from my Iron Man biography that I mentioned the importance of a catchy theme song to a superhero's popularity, and that's a factor that it's really hard to argue the importance of.
I mean, just imagine any superhero you grew up with, and I bet a song pops into your head as well. My example last time was the old school Spider-Man theme, but the same applies to, say, the Superman theme by John Williams or the X-Men theme from the 90s cartoon series.
However, there is one theme song that just leaves the rest in the dust. I am of course referring to Adam West's Batman.
Everyone knows this theme. I know that the themes from the animated series and the movies are technically better and they're well known enough, but this is the universally understood Batman theme.
But the theme song isn't what we're here to talk about today. No, we're here to talk about the show that it was attached to.
Starring Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, the series premiered on January 12, 1966, and lasted for 120 episodes before the plug was pulled in March of 1968. All things considered, this was a pretty long-running show, and it's little wonder that, at least for a while, Batman and comic books would be considered intrinsically linked to it.
And that's really why a lot of comic book fans kind of hate this show. It forever branded an otherwise respectable hobby into something that's just really for kids. Even today, if you're watching a TV show and they're having a comic book episode, you can be sure that it's going to be filled with a bunch of those bubbles saying pow and boom and whammy. But does the show deserve all of the hate that it gets? Well, let's take a look at the first story arc.
Truly a breeding ground for criminals everywhere. No wonder such a dark, gothic city needs the Batman. We start with a friendship ceremony by the Republic of Moldavia, complete with a ceremonial friendship cake. However, the ceremony is interrupted by the cake exploding. That's some hardcore friendship right there. Funny that this piece of paper and flimsy parachute survived the explosion. Turns out to be a message and a clue from the nefarious Riddler. The police are comic book police, so obviously they're either corrupt or stupid, and they're forced to call Batman for help.
Yes, Alfred? It's the bat phone, sir.
What? The bat phone's ringing?
I'm just reminding.
So Batman and Robin rush to the scene. Think they ever slid down the wrong pole and that's why their names are on them now? Also, is it just me, or does the Batcave look more like an old TARDIS interior than, you know, a cave? Of course, Batman and Robin solve the Riddler's clue almost instantly and rush to the museum, where they find him apparently holding the curator at gunpoint. Luckily, the iron bars are no match for the Bat blowtorch and the Bat suction cup hook.
Trust me, if you've watched this show, those don't even come into the top 10 weirdest things that he's pulled off of that belt.
They tackle the Riddler, who as it turns out was doing nothing wrong, which allows him to turn around and sue Batman for assault, slander, and false arrest.
The $1 million lawsuit filed this morning against Batman for assault, slander, and false arrest appears to have every chance of success.
Bullcrap! What about the bomb he put in the Moldavian guy's cake? Is that suddenly perfectly legal? And for that matter, Commissioner Gordon explicitly states that he is one of Batman's arch enemies, which implies that he has had illegal doings in the past that he has evaded capture for. In a real court, this would stand up about as well as my claim to have copyrighted the word pineapple, which let me tell you did not go well.
But I guess that's the problem that we're going with today, so whatever. The dynamic duo realize that the Riddler has given them more clues to follow, and that if they can just prove him of wrongdoing, then Batman's name can be cleared. I see someone attended the Acme Institute of Law. The clues lead Batman and Robin to a dance club, where Robin is forced to wait outside in the Batmobile due to being underage.
It's a trap!
On the plus side, Batman gets to show off his impressive skills with the ladies.
You interest me, strangely.
Wow. Be sure to try that line next time you're in the bar. After all, it's good enough for Batman. The woman named Molly invites Batman to... Oh no.
Alright, I have been told by my legal department that I have got to stop and give you warning here, because what you are about to see may be the saddest / most hilarious thing you have ever witnessed. By continuing to watch this video, you hereby release me of any and all liability for any physical, emotional, or mental scarring that may occur due to witnessing this. Let us proceed.
You shake a pretty mean case, Batman.
Darn right he does. Come on, everybody!
But it turns out that Batman's drink was spiked. The Riddler tries to take the Batmobile, but it's booby-trapped, forcing him to settle for kidnapping Robin. Surprise, surprise. Batman manages to make it to his car, but is too late, and the Boy Wonder is gone, ending the first episode. After a brief recap, we find Batman trying to track Robin, who is a captive of the Riddler and Molly. The Riddler wakes up Robin to make him call Batman. Now, wait a minute, why did he just untie Robin? And why doesn't Robin just punch him in the face? Why in all things holy is this an issue now? It's the Riddler! Punch him in the balls and run! Of course that's not what happens, and the Riddler gives Batman 2 more clues leading him to the next page in the script. And of course it's another trap, because we find that Molly has...
No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. You expect us to believe that that cheap rubber mask is going to fool Batman into thinking that this lady is his longtime friend and partner. This is going to fool Batman, the greatest detective in the world. This.
Oh, I see, you're going to switch out the actress with Burt Ward. Very clever. Long story short, Batman totally falls for it and rushes the fake Robin back to the Batcave. Or does he?
A criminal always makes one mistake, Molly. Those straws you gave Robin to breathe through, I spotted the defect in the mask instantly. That was the one hole in your plan.
Really? That's what tipped you off? Oh, she manages to get herself stuck near the Batmobile's nuclear power core. Well, just climb down! There's a ladder right next to you!
Reach, Molly!
Let it go.
Okay, no, not really. Anyway, the recording of the Riddler's phone call lets Batman deduce where the villain's holding Robin because Batman, that's why. Again, why is this a problem? You could easily get out of that. Moving on, Batman bursts in and throws his physics-defying batarang, but the Riddler manages to escape anyway. He goes straight back to the Moldavian embassy and fills the place with laughing gas. I'm not really sure why the rest of this scheme was, you know, at all necessary, since he was just coming back here, but hey, we get the first of the infamous action sequences out of it. The Riddler is forced back to the basement, where he accidentally shoots a laughing gas, which in this universe explodes violently. So Batman is cleared of all charges and is free to stop crime another day. His only regret is not being able to help Molly, the woman he knew for a day, who drugged him, then tried to kill him, then jumped in a nuclear reactor. You know, Bruce, it's probably best that you just stay single.
Alright, this may be blasphemous for me to say as a comic book fan, but I really like this show.
Okay, Yeah, it is beyond camp. The head of the program hated comic books, and given the genre a bad name ever since, but there's just something about this series that I can't bring myself to hate. The acting is, well, it's Adam West. He's probably only a notch above Shatner levels. It's really Frank Gorshin as the Riddler that steals the show here. For whatever reason, the villains of the series were actually consistently really good actors, and probably deserved much better than this show. The plots were simple to the point of weeping hilarity, brazenly throwing in ridiculous gadgets and technology to get out of that week's dilemma.
So, was this a good show? No. But I was always entertained whenever it came on, and you know what? That's really what the point was. And besides, if it hadn't been for this show, we would have never gotten this.